All right, let's talk about the absolute betrayal that Coca-Cola just pulled on their own employees, people who dedicated years of their lives to this company, only to be tricked, humiliated, and thrown away like garbage. Let's break it down. Coca-Cola knowingly hired undocumented workers. Let's not pretend they accidentally hired them. Companies this big have HR departments, background checks, payroll systems. They knew. But you know why they let it slide? Because these workers were loyal, hardworking, and never complained. They took the toughest shifts, did the hardest labor, and never made a fuss. And Coca-Cola was more than happy to benefit from that. But then what happens? One day, instead of a staff meeting, these workers walk into a trap. ICE is waiting. People who spent years working for this company, people who showed up every single day, who helped build Coca-Cola's profits, are suddenly disposable, rounded up like criminals, deported, lives destroyed. And Coca-Cola wipes their hands clean like they had nothing to do with it. Here's what makes this morally disgusting. Coca-Cola is the one who gave these people jobs. They chose to look the other way when it benefited them. But instead of taking responsibility, instead of protecting the people who made them millions, they handed them over like some corporate snitches. Let's be real. This wasn't about following the law. If Coca-Cola truly cared about immigration laws, they wouldn't have hired these workers in the first place. They wouldn't have kept them employed for years. This was about control, about squeezing every last drop of labor out of these workers, and then when they were done using them, poof, call ICE, let the government clean up their mess. Imagine dedicating years of your life to a company only to have them betray you like this. Coca-Cola didn't just fire these workers. They set them up. They took advantage of their trust. And now, families are being torn apart because this billion-dollar corporation decided these human beings were disposable. This is the ugly truth about companies like Coca-Cola. They exploit, they profit, and when it's convenient, they discard the very people who made them successful. And if we don't call them out on it, they'll keep doing it over and over again. Coca-Cola, you should be ashamed. But we see you, and we won't forget.